Hello everybody, AW here. The mount came early. I didn't expect it for another week. They told me it would have been here last week, and then they changed it and they said it shipped, and then it was delayed and it wasn't going to be here, and it said it was going to be here next week, and I came home and here it is on the porch. So good deal. It is a Leupold base, lightweight, rugged, aircraft aluminum, cross slot compatible, versatile ring placement, precision machined, Ruger 1022 20 MOA matte, backcountry cross slot one piece. Same as what's on there, except what's on there is 0 MOA. I had it. I remember now. I remembered before, but it's what I had, so I threw it on. And it's fine, it's sighted in. But when I went out to 100 yards with it, the turret topped out. So I want to be able to dial at least to 100 yards. So let's put this on. Now again, YouTube won't allow me to show you this because they consider it a modification. We do not consider it as such, but it doesn't matter what we think. So in order to keep you safe, I can't show you this. So I'll just bring you back at stages and show you what I'm doing. So let's start by getting the scope off. I think everything is going to be identical. Like I said, it's the same exact base, just 20 MOA instead of 0. So I'll pull this off. I don't need to mark anything because it's all the way at the back. So I'll pull this off. It's going to twist and turn, so I'm going to have to reset my square. Not a big deal. We'll go through all that. And then we'll pull this one off, put this one on. I'll show you the Loctite. I'll show you the setup. And we'll get it done. Stand by. I'll bring you back. Okay. The old base is off. Just clean out the holes. All the holes are clean. We're going to apply new Loctite. We'll put this back in the package. Use it another day because there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a 0 MOA. So it's off. All the holes are clean. You can see the silver in there. They're nice and clean. Why am I focusing having a problem? And we'll come back and put the new base on. I've shown you my tool before. This is part of a screwdriver from Harbor Freight, and I drop a 1/4 inch rare earth magnet inside, and it makes it very magnetized, so it holds your screws. They don't fall off. It's very, very handy. Highly, highly, highly recommended. And there it is, all mounted up. It's got a little bit of a gap in the middle. The other one didn't have that, and it didn't have the Leupold name on the other one. But it came out of a Leupold box, so I'm thinking that it was. Okay, there it is. Let's get the scope back on. Okay. These rings are a little bit of a bugger. I really like them. They're Warren steel rings. They've got a recoil cross slot that falls out, so it's a little bit of a pain to get in. And because they're clamshell, split at the top and the bottom, rather than the sides, you have to loosen the top. So you want to screw your base on first. So this needs to be tight before you tighten the top. Also, see this? This is normal. You're going to find it on most all ring setups, especially if you've got a Weaver style ring on a pick style base. Weaver rings are a narrower slot. They're not repetitive like this. They're not the same dimension top and bottom, or high and low, or in and out. They're just a cross slot. And the Weaver ring will work on a pick base, but a pick ring will not work on a Weaver base. They're different. So you get this little bit of slop. Doesn't hurt anything, but when you set it up, you want to push it forward towards the muzzle and then tighten it down. But again, first I got to loosen these top rings up because the bottom needs to be torqued before the top. The bottom here at the base needs to be torqued before the top. I'll turn it off and come back. All right, here's my little Brownell screwdriver. This thing is awesome. It's one of my favorites. But I did the same thing. I dropped a 1/4 inch rare earth magnet in there. So now when you put your bits in, sucks them right in. Watch. Take a small bit. Dink. Sucks it right in. No worry about it falling off. And any screws you put in there stick like crazy. So get yourself some rare earth magnets next time you go to Harbor Freight and see if you can find this screwdriver. It's the handle, this part slides up inside the handle, so when you find it, you know, it'll be inside the handle like that, and it just extends. And I just took and chucked the handle away, and I just kept this thing, and I stuck a rare earth magnet in there, and I use it as a starter. And it's so handy with this length. You know, you can put it in and start and turn and just turn your fingers. It's so handy. I would never be without it. So I recommend that you do the same thing. 1/4 inch drive, it's probably a $10 screwdriver. And there we go. Most scope manufacturers recommend about 18 inch-pounds for the scope rings. So you can go a little bit more on the bases, but with these being clamshells, I would stay with the same on both. And I recommend these fat wrenches, Wheeler fat wrench. There's a couple other brands that are available now that are probably just as good, but these are just indispensable. And it's inch-pounds, not foot-pounds, and it really, you'd be surprised how light it is. And when you're done, turn it off. Go all the way to the bottom, because it will not be accurate if you leave it set on any one of the settings for any length of time. And that's it. Now we head to the range and sight it in. We're going to gain back a whole bunch of elevation that was lost, just not being used because of the way that most all rifles are set up. So took advantage of while it was out. We wiped it all down, cleaned it off in the inside, cleaned off the bottom of the bolt and the magazine, and I ran a mop through the barrel. So we'll have to re-season it, get some shots in it, and have some fun. There we go. Quick and easy. Couple of tips I've told you a couple times, so hopefully it's sinking in. God bless everybody. CW out.